President Thein Sein is set to travel to the U.S. next week. First visit to the USA by a Myanmarese leader in nearly 5 decades. His visit comes at a time when the official latest data says foreign direct investment in the country continues to skyrocket, up almost 5 times higher in the April 2012 to March this year period than the previous year. The data also shows that a lot of it went into garment manufacturing, which is very much under spotlight because of human tragedies associated with garment manufacturing that we've been talking about in Bangladesh. Alisher Ali is CEO of Silk Road Management. Welcome. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
With all the problems in Myanmar, and with these questions about these frontier markets and the difficulties that outside companies have, doing social responsible investing, is this a case against Myanmar at all?
I don't think so.
Not at all?
No. Myanmar, I think, is a very special case in frontier market universe. It's a market that is 64 million people. It's just joining global economy, has massive natural resources. Yes, a lot of problems. I also myself grew up in Soviet Union and personally witnessed the quite a painful process when the government there introduced glasnost and perestroika, those critical reforms.
Right, so you were there during the transition, the Gorbachev to Yeltsin era, is that correct? So you know the difficulties of political
These difficulties are inevitable, but I believe, the long-term story of Myanmar is bright, and I believe in the government's ability to tackle these issues.
Now, this is not, the Yangon market is by no means a developed market.
No.
It's
almost non-existent.
It's off the radar.
Yes.
But there's a different way to play it. And today we're talking about playing it from the outside in. Just as people in previous years, during a different era, said that you don't necessarily have to be in A shares to be in China. During the boom times, you can buy Rio Tintos, BHPs, that sort of thing, or Hong Kong, developers helping build out infrastructure in China. So you get into the more liquid, the more, obviously been around a long time markets, and that's exactly what you're here. And companies like, they span the spectrum in Korea, Daewoo International, Yoma Strategic, we've talked to them many times, and Supergroup, I haven't heard of that one, Singapore company. What are the investment cases for just these 3?
Yeah, when we developed and launched our Silk Road Myanmar Equity Index last year, we obviously looked at the limitation of the local market, where we believe that it is, even though they're going to be I think, vibrant equities market in Myanmar in a number of years down the road, those investors that would like to get exposure today have that possibility by buying into the companies that are listed elsewhere in the region that provide the proxy to Myanmar growth. And we selected 8 companies, Daewoo International, Supergroup, and Yoma, few of them, that have now increasingly higher proportion of their revenues and their assets coming from Myanmar.
From Myanmar. Daewoo International would be what? Would that be logistics or?
No, it's actually a Korean company listed in Seoul, has a $4 billion market cap, and it's the largest member in our Myanmar Equity Index.
What do they do in Myanmar?
And they own actually the most significant natural gas field. And they're now starting, in a few months from now, shipping that gas through Myanmar-China pipeline to Yunnan province of China.
So it's a resource play then.
It is.
In this case. Yeah, Yoma we know about because that's build-out, basically. That's constructing some decent real estate and kind of upping the game.
It has been real estate play, but based on the management guidance, now they wanted to build a more diversified conglomerate, actually focusing on a number of industries, including telecom.
Give me a quick one on Supergroup. Somebody was really cocky to choose that name for themselves.
Well, it's a group listed in Singapore and it has operations throughout Southeast Asia. They produce packaged foods, like, for example, instant coffee, which is actually instant hit in Myanmar.
Right.
And they are the market leader in that product line. Right. And so these inexpensive products, which are positioned, quite well compared to Unilever and the Nestle products, actually well suited for markets like Myanmar.
Very interesting. Yeah, as the country comes out and people's living standards go up, tapping the resources.
Consumer property.
Yeah, and the stuff that people need day to day. I don't know where I'd be without my instant coffee. I know exactly.
And the index up is 78% since its launch.
Very good. And your fund is doing very well. We just showed the performance against various other barometers. Alisher, always good to see you. Okay?
Thank you.
Take care. See you next time.